My name is Jeff Wood. I'm the presenter of The Rhythm Divine on ABC Radio National. It's great to be here, even in this heat. People have been saying it does get hotter, but I don't know if I can believe them. The Rhythm Divine is a weekly show about music and spirituality, and we've got bucket loads of that in the next couple of hours, starting with our guests this afternoon. Now, when I first read the title of their performance, Wild Rituals of Old England, I immediately thought it might have something to do with disgruntled English Test cricketers. But I was wrong. Ritual dancing and spectacle have in fact been part of the British Morris dancing tradition since the days when Robin Hood was a lad, and probably a lot earlier than that. With links to the seasonal folk plays known as mummers' plays, fertility rites and ancient antler dances, which you will see a bit later on, the ritual world of the Morris dance is indeed full of wildness and full of mystery. So, prepare yourselves. Our Morris dancers today have based their performance on the Morris mask and dance productions of the 15th and 16th century royal courts of England and Scotland. So please give them a right royal and wild welcome. Dance Morris in Queensland.
And a lovely Woodford day for a dance, isn't it? We're going to explore some rituals, talk about some rituals, do some dance interpretations of them. I also want to just start this on in a way, a sad note. We'd like to dedicate this performance to Peter Orty. Peter Orty died in October of this year. He was a Queensland Morris dancer for many years. He helped organise the third National Folk Festival, which in effect became the first Mullaney Woodford Festival, down at Moreton Bay in 1987. He was involved in a lot of the Mullaney years and the Mullaney festivals. He was a man that was full of life and laughter and frequently Guinness. And he was prepared to lend a hand, and as a result he became somewhere along the line an office bearer of the Queensland Folk Federation around the time that they signed the deeds to this site, Woodford. He organised the first planting of trees at Woodford, and we thought that given that he's passed in the last year, we should do something to honour his memory. We thought of doing a dance with masks on, but we thought that was a bit too macabre even for the Morris. So instead we thought that what's the most important thing about a person's life is the love they leave afterwards. We're going to do these dances with the sort of love and passion that would make Peter Orty proud of the Morris in Queensland. the course of this, we've invited friends from Sydney and another Queensland side. The next thing we're going to do is from the Sydney side, and it deals with the English neighbours, the Scottish. And the dance is called Hadrian's Wall. It's all about vitality. It's all about harvest and good luck and goodwill and fertility. And so, and that's just the sort of thing that one sees in that dance and in the dance that's to come. One of the nice things about the English is that they ring bells. Now you'll tell me that all over the world people ring bells, and it's true. But some of the bells in Buddhist temples and things are very solemn bells that toll the hour or toll the time for meditation. But the English ring bells with great abandon and joy. And this next dance is all about that. It's called Ring of Bells. Queensland native Bellswagger. Okay, I want you all to say cheese. Now, who here knows about cheese rolling? One of the more perverse things they do in Britain is they take a big steep grassy slope, thing like the sides of the amphitheatre up here, and they get a wheel of cheese, and they roll the cheese from the top, and all the people of the village, particularly the young men and young women, go charging down the hill after it. This results in multiple broken legs and arms, and tangles and falls and bruises. We thought about doing it here, and we were told that the insurance doesn't cover stupidity. So what we thought we'd do instead is we do a dance that's kind of dedicated to cheese rolling, and you can see the bits of cheese rolling in it, and if you can't see the symbolism, then you need more gin on your cornflakes in the morning. We'll see you in a minute. to attempt to say anything after that. I'll just welcome our friends from Sydney back. They're going to do a reel. A black reel. A very black reel. People often ask, is Morris dancing pagan? And there isn't a lot of evidence that it really is pagan. But on the other hand, it's a lot of fertility dancing, and the sticks and the bells are meant to frighten away evil spirits, and in some ways that doesn't sound very Christian either. It's designed to just enjoy life and the celebration of life. And sometimes you'll find that the dancers honour the gods that existed prior to the Christian era. So you'll see figures like the Green Man, or you'll see Herne the Hunter, and so on in the dances. And so perhaps it has some pre-Christian elements to it. I'll ask you to look for either Christianity or paganism in the dance that follows from Bellswagger. It's called Old Frog. Even if it was only, oh my God, he got over. At the same time, we also have to see, are there any evil spirits left in the room? Oh, it didn't entirely work then. Did you know that in one of the seaside villages in England, they get small wooden barrels and they've got a hole in the top and they fill them with pitch, like road tar. And then they set it alight. And the young men of the village run these barrels through the village. And of course, as the barrels burn, the wood burns and the barrel starts to fall apart and the burning pitch starts to drip out of it. This was another brilliant English tradition that we thought we might bring here, and again, we had insurance problems. So we're going to do a dance that, for some reason, makes us think of it. The dance is called Twiglets, and we learnt it from a side called Flag Crackers, who come from Craven in England. And if we get through this one of our musicians can't stand this song, so at the end of the song you're going to have to give him a big round of applause. favourite things about Morris dancing is that it's always danced to live music. We've never danced in public nor practiced to recorded music. And I've been dancing for many years, and Morris has been danced for hundreds of years, even before they invented record players. We're going to invite our friends from Sydney back up to do a fun little called Speed the Plough. This is perhaps a bit because Morris dancing is associated with bringing rain, and we're hoping to do a bit of that, and I hope we'll be dancing up a storm just to cool us off here today. This dance is called Speed the Plough. One can't go past a discussion about England without talking about one of its most strange rituals. There is a game the English play. You can play it for 5 days and it can still end up a draw. And people will often think that that was a really good game. I am, of course, referring to that perverse ritual that is called cricket. Now, this next dance originated in the UK where it was called Young Collins, where the Australian dancers took a look at it and they sped it up a bit and they sent it back to the English and renamed it cricket, as they should. This is Bellswagger performing cricket. Now we're only going to do one more dance. And after all this frivolity, this one's rather more solemn to fit such a solemn occasion. Before we do it, before I talk about it, I'd like you to thank the extraordinary Morris Love Orchestra that we managed to collect here on stage. Give them a big hand, please. The dance we're going to finish with is a horn dance. In the parish of Abbots, Bromley, there is a set of reindeer antlers that each year is taken down to do a dance. The parish records and the town records indicate that it was danced for 621 years continuously, until sometime in the mid-50s, when, because the accordion player was feeling a bit off that day and a couple of the guys were away, they didn't do it. So now they had to start the clock again at 1, and they're up to 60-something, but it's a long way to 621 years. Interestingly, the antlers that they dance with are dated back to the time of the Norman invasion in 1066. So the dance may well have been going on long before the parish decided to record its presence. But it's an ancient dance. The same or similar dance is danced in Faxted, a village nearby, but it's not the Abbots Bromley horn dance because it's danced in Faxted. Similarly, the dance we're going to do is adapted from the Abbots Bromley horn dance, and we ask their permission to perform it. But it is not the Abbots Bromley horn dance, it's a Woodford horn dance. It'll take me a moment because I've got to go change costume, and then I'll see you then.
We'll get some time.
Wasn't that amazing? I've never seen an antler dance before. Well, look, don't go away, because that dance actually dates back to about the 11th century or so, I'm told, and we're going to stay in that period because very, very soon we're heading into the 12th century.